So the way this is gonna work is I'm just gonna basically just show a clip of the part and then I'll explain it.
A club isn't the best place to find the lovers, of the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking fast, and then we talk slow. And you come over and start.
So for this first part, you're gonna want to hit this black orb over here a little late. And then just hit the black orb you see in the top of the screen fairly early. Like this.
A club isn't the best place.
After you do that, you're gonna jump over these three spikes and then fall into the portal here, and then you can you teleport down here, jump once, and then you're gonna jump again and hit two red orbs.
The best place to find the lovers, of the bar is
Just like that. And then there's a green orb right here. I'm on it right now. Usually I buffer this. You don't have to. Just don't hit it late, otherwise you'll die to these spikes down here. But you're gonna hit this green orb and immediately buffer another click because you get put down here and there's a dash orb.
of the bar is where I go.
And then just like that, after you hit the dash orb, there's the black orb up to the left of my screen here. You're gonna just hit it and hold. Once you land down here, you're gonna jump. You'll land right here. After that, you're gonna just hit this blue orb and hold it slightly so that you jump off this platform over here.
Go. Me and my friends.
Alright, so after you jump off that platform, you're gonna hit this black orb to go through this gap here. And then pretty much immediately hit the blue orb. And you'll land down here, and then I don't buffer this jump because I have somehow died to these spikes before. But it's a pretty quick jump. Like you can land and then pretty much just make your input and it'll be fine. And then for here, you jump through this gap. It's pretty tight for no reason at all. It takes a bit to get used to, but that's just jump through this gap. This blue orb, you're gonna hit it late, otherwise you'll die to these up here.
Table doing shots, drinking fast, and then we talk slow.
So after you hit that yellow orb, you're gonna hit this blue orb. You're gonna get flipped up here. You want to hit this blue orb, and then once you land on this platform down here, you're gonna jump again, and you don't want to buffer because you will most likely die to this little spike over here. And then you're gonna fall down here, hit this blue orb to fit through this gap. Then just hold through that transition so you don't immediately die to this bottom over here.
Slow. And you come over and start up a conversation with just me. And trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now my hand stop and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And I'm singing like.
So for this part, there's low-key a lot of different paths and click patterns you can take, but I'll explain mine. I feel like it's the easiest and most consistent one.
Start up a conversation with just me.
So for that first part, you kind of just go through the corridor normally. There's nothing to stop you in the very beginning. Near the part where you have to start going up, there is one of those saws. You're gonna have to go under that. And I just do like 3 small clicks to go under it. And then you're up here. And then you kind of just want to go, I guess you could say a straight line. You're gonna want to go under this saw. And then once we get around over here, there's gonna be a saw like about this position. You're gonna want to go above that.
Just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance.
Once you go above that saw, you're just gonna keep going pretty much a straight line. Come down here. Once you get down here, you're gonna like hug this bottom of the corridor, and then you're just gonna do a really quick triple click to go under these saws. And then once you go under those, you're gonna go up like all the way to pretty much the top, and then down all the way to the bottom pretty much, and then up again.
Trust me, I'll give it a chance now.
All right, so once we're here, you're gonna fall all the way down, and then you're pretty much just gonna spam pretty consistently just along the bottom, and then at some point you're gonna want to go up a little because you'll die to a saw.
Stop and the man on the juke.
So what I like to do is I just do a couple of longer clicks to get into this portal. Um, I like to fall into it, so I have some extra time before I have to immediately click again. I see most people spam through this little corridor here, but usually I just do like 2 clicks. So I go this way, one, and then I fall, and then two, and then I fall into this portal, and then you'll fall back down. So it's really not that many clicks.
Stop and the man on the jukebox and then
Just like that. And then once you're through this portal, I'm probably a little low here. I may die, but once you get down to about here, you're just gonna click twice. So you'll go in a path around like this, like 1, 2, and then you'll be past this gap,
jukebox and then we start.
just like that. And then once you do get through that gap, you're gonna want to pretty much just hold for a bit, let go to get to the first gap, and then there's 2 more gaps, just like that. Pretty much, you're just gonna hold through that gap, let go for a second, and then hold again up here, and then you're gonna let go, and then once you get to about the middle of your screen, you're just gonna go in a straight line.
And then we start to dance and I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Well, come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me.
Alright, so this part you're just gonna hold it through the transition. You're gonna keep holding until you reach this orb over here. You're gonna want to click it relatively lightly, otherwise you'll fly way too high, and then you're probably gonna hit some random spike or pad or just block, and it'll kill you.
Like, girl, you know I
Right, and then once you're here, you're gonna want to hit this orb and just hold for a really short time, and then you'll get right about here. This will be a black orb. You're just gonna want to hit it. You'll get hit down here, and then there's gonna be a series of 3 dash orbs. You're just gonna go in like a diagonal down, up, and then down again. You're just gonna hit all 3 of those,
know I want your love.
just like that. And then after that, you just hold. I'm still holding here. I hold to about right after I get bounced from this pad. Everything else after here will keep changing, so it is a bit confusing. But there will be a path that opens. Let me see if I can just like that. So you see I'm about to die here, but usually you would click this orb in this portal here. You'll get sent downwards, and then this area will change into another portal with an orb where you will hit as well, that will send you down here. Once you're down here, you're gonna hit this dash orb relatively late, so you don't die to a spike like right above it. And then after the dash orb, you're just gonna pretty much go straight a little down, and then you'll hit like a switch or whatever those things are called, and you'll get teleported to the right path.
Your love was handmade for somebody.
Just like that. You're gonna hit that switch, you'll get teleported up here. There's 3 portals here. You're gonna want to hit the orb that's in the second portal, and that is all you will need to do to be able to reach the ball.
Somebody like me.
Right, just like that, we're at the ball. This part is kind of annoying to get down, but it gets really consistent. So what you're gonna do is first you're gonna just hit this orb pretty much dead center, so you don't die to either block the blocks on either side.
Coming, coming now.
Then once you hit that, you're gonna flip gravity onto this block and then back down.
Now follow my lead.
All right, once you reach here, you're gonna want to flip gravity upwards and hit this orb, and then you'll end up in this top corridor here.
Follow my lead.
And then you're gonna want to hit this orb, and you'll switch gravity at the same time and get rid of these spikes. And then you flip your gravity back up pretty much whenever. And then you're gonna hit this orb over here to flip back down.
I may be greedy.
All right, so once you click that orb, you're gonna fall down here. And there is a thing about this part. So down here, you're gonna want to hit this orb after you land on this block. And then you'll flip up here, which is where you want to hit the orb before you land. And you're gonna get flipped back down, and you're gonna want to hit it after you land. And then there's gonna be an orb at the top again, and you're gonna hit that late. But essentially, you can click it in like a pretty even, like 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern, like this.
Crazy, don't mind me.
Just like that. And that's the third part.
Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Coming now, follow my lead. Coming now, follow my lead.
Alright, so for this part, you're gonna want to click at pretty much the very end, or like just relatively late off this platform. And then you're gonna hit this orb here. Pretty sure that just moves this structure out of the way, and then you're gonna hit the green orb, and then this here, I don't know why it looks like that, I'm gonna be honest, but it's a black orb, and you're gonna hit it so that you fit through this gap. Just like that. And then you're gonna want to hit this green orb, it'll put you up here, and then you're gonna hit this blue orb relatively early, otherwise you'll die to that. And then you'll get hit here, and there's this orb you see here that you're gonna click that. Alright, after you hit that orb, you're gonna go through this blue portal, and then hit the red orb, and then hit this red orb as well. There's no particular timing to this, do it pretty much whenever you want. And then you get through this yellow portal, you'll land up here. Be sure to not buffer a click, otherwise you will die to this saw here. But it's pretty much as soon as you land, you're gonna hit it again, and then you'll make it. Just like that. Hopefully I don't die to this in a moment. That happens if you wait too long on this platform before clicking. But once you make it past here, you're just gonna chill out here. You don't have to click anything. But once you get here, you're gonna click this orb, and this orb. And then there will, after this orb, there will be a row of 3 green orbs, and you're gonna click all of them. Or you can click just the one in the middle, but I'm used to clicking all 3, so I click all 3. So for this part, you're gonna hit just that first blue orb. You'll get bounced to a little section up here at the very top, and then you're just gonna click out of it. You'll jump this way, and then you're gonna want to hit both of these yellow orbs. Just like that. And then you'll fall up here. You're gonna do pretty much a micro click on this blue orb, because you don't want to get put back down here and immediately jump. You're gonna die. So just micro click down here, and then you're gonna click past this gap, and then you're gonna click on this orb, and then immediately buffer the next orb. Just just like that. And then you're gonna want to hit this green orb in the center. Pretty much, you don't want to hit it early, otherwise you'll die to this saw or this spike here. But once you do that, the click pattern here is like once you go through is 1, and then you'll go through this, and then you'll hit 1 again, and then it's 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Just like that.
I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body.
Alright, so for this part, I click this yellow orb here, then I click this yellow orb down here, and then this pink orb, rather than these two blue orbs and the pink orb. Once you go through that portal, I immediately start straight flying so I can get through this gap here. And then you're going to go up a little, hit that orb, and you'll get teleported downwards.
I'm in love with the shape.
So once you get teleported downwards, you should just keep holding until you get past all of these like orb hitboxes. And then I fly down to here, and then you click this orb, and then I think it like spawns in a teleport or something, and it puts you up here. You fly through this right here. Just be careful, don't die to this spike because it comes down at you. Once you clear this, you're gonna hold, get to here, you're gonna click this orb, and then you'll get put to the bottom.
I'm in love with the shape of you.
Right, so once you're here, you're gonna want to hit this black orb relatively late, otherwise you'll die here, but don't do it too late, otherwise you'll die here. And then once you hit that black orb, you're just gonna hold all the way here. There's gonna be a dash orb, and then you're just gonna click it, and then once you hit the floor, you're gonna just hold, and then you'll pass the shit part.
Push and pull like a magnet.
Alright, and then once you're here, you're just gonna hold, and then you go through this cube portal. You'll jump once, and for me, I do a really quick triple click as soon as I see my cube jump. Just like that. You'll end up here. You're gonna hit this black orb. Alright, so once you hit the pink orb, you'll land over here. You're gonna want to jump, hit this orb. You're gonna land here. You're gonna jump again. You're gonna hit a blue orb, red orb, and then a dash orb. So jump here, hit this blue orb. The red orb will move, I think, down a little more. You hit it, and you're gonna hit a dash orb, and then you're gonna have to fit through a pretty tight gap.
I'm in love with you.
So you're gonna hit that dash orb, and then you're gonna have to fit through there.
I'm in love with your body.
Alright, once you fit through that gap, you're just gonna jump through this gap here, and then that's this part done.
Last night you were in my room. Now my bed sheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body.
Alright, so this part's pretty free, to be honest. You're gonna hit this orb, probably in the middle-ish, maybe a little before, but it's gonna get you between this gap. Once you get here, you're gonna click the button once to flip your gravity down, and then you'll be able to hit this yellow orb, and then there's gonna be one more yellow orb after this for you to hit.
Last night you were in my.
Just like that. Once you hit that yellow orb, you get snapped right into here. You're gonna flip the gravity up, you'll land on this block. Flip gravity again, you'll land right here. And then you're just gonna slide onto this platform like this. And then from here, you're gonna flip gravity up, hit this blue orb relatively late, because this will rotate upwards more. So usually when I hit it, like I'm actually just almost touching the saw at the top here. But once you click that, you're gonna hit this pink orb to get snapped here. This spot will, I think, rotate downwards, so you probably click this a little later than you'd expect, but not too late.
You were in my room. Now my bed.
Alright, just like that, you hit that platform after hitting the pink orb. From here, hit the green orb. No specific timing. Then here, I haven't found really a consistent way to do it with only one input. So what I do, I just use two inputs. I just double click on this black orb, up arrow, spacebar, whatever, just do. And then once you get flipped here, or maybe it's this one, I don't know, but it's one of them. But you're gonna click again, so you get put up to here. And then once you're up there, you click one more time, and then that should be the ball part.
Now my bed sheets smell like you.
Like that. And then this wave, I just let myself fall down a little bit, and then I just do 3 clicks. So I fall down 1, 2, 3, and there is a fourth one, but you just wait a second. So it's just like what is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, and then here you're gonna have to click once, and then you'll see this outline of this hitbox. So you're gonna click once here, and then you're just gonna hold all the way to here, and then you just let go, then click again to here. So after you hold up to here, you just this path is low key pretty visible, so you just let go, immediately hold again, you'll go to the top, and then just go through here, and then you'll go down, up. Actually, you know what? I'll just do it.
I'm in love with your body.
So you go down, up, and then you go down again, and then to pass these spikes, you're gonna have to be going upward to the portal. So what I like to do is before I hit the portal, I just do a little 2-click, so 1, 2, and then make sure I'm holding through the portal, so I don't just fall down. And then that's this part.
I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body.
Alright, so for this part, low key, just a bunch of difficult timing. It's you're gonna hit this pink orb right about in the middle, and then you're gonna land here, but you can't buffer a jump or you'll die up here. So you're gonna do the thing from earlier pretty much, where it's like as soon as you land, you just click again, so you can get through this gap. Just like that. You're gonna land up here, you gotta fall down, and then you're gonna jump through this gap. You're gonna have to hit this really late, which is kind of annoying, and I actually miss it quite a few times, but we don't talk about that. But hit this late, make sure you don't hit the blue orb, you're gonna die. And then here you're just gonna jump off this platform late, otherwise you'll die up here, and then you're gonna hit that black orb to fit through this gap. There's gonna be a wall over here that you can't pass through, so don't hit that too late, don't hit it too early. So after you hit that black orb, I personally think this is probably the hardest click in this section, but I kind of just sync it to the music. You're gonna click. There's this big structure thing that like moves towards you or something, but just listen to the music, you'll find something. But you gotta click over this one, and then once you pass it, there's a yellow pad here. You don't gotta click anything. You're gonna land on this platform. You're gonna jump off that platform and then hit a pink orb into the ship. Then here you're gonna wait for your ship to go down a little, and then you just hold the button so you can get past this structure over here, because it will be moving upwards. So once you get past that structure, you're gonna hit a black orb. It's gone on the screen now, it's like up there, but you're gonna click that black orb, and then you're just gonna hold. You're gonna come down here. You just keep holding, and then you'll like kind of like swing up into this structure over here. You're gonna go through it. So once you go through that structure, you are basically going to click 3 times. You click once before this portal, and then once after this portal, and then once right before you go through this portal.
I'm in love.
So once you get through that structure, you're going to hit this black orb. You're going to hit one of these orbs right after. This is where you can hold.
With your body.
And that's that section.
I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you.
You're going to click off this platform kind of late, and then you're going to click off this one, and you want to hit this pink orb late. Alright, once you hit this pink orb, you're going to land up here. And then you want to roll slightly, so you click more towards the end of the platform, so you don't hit this block. So you're going to hit here, and you're going to do a really quick 1, 2, and 3, so you can fit through this gap here. Then once you fit through that gap, you're just going to roll a little bit here, and then you click through this gap, click through that gap, then click through this gap. You're going to hit this yellow orb late. And then once you land on this platform, you can see at the edge of my screen, you're going to click the button again, flip gravity. Wait a little bit for this yellow orb. You want to click it ever so slightly late, so you don't die to this here. I've died here so many times. But click the yellow orb just ever so slightly late, and then you click this one pretty much just in the middle, and then you can buffer this dash orb, and then you'll reach the spider.
I'm in love with your body.
Alright, so for this part, you're just going to land down here as the spider. You want to immediately click so that you flip gravity up here. You'll go through the pink pad, and then you're going to run off the edge to this blue orb, and then you're going to click that blue orb, so you land here. And you'll walk off the platform. You're going to want to hit this yellow orb, and then when you land here, you're going to flip gravity immediately, and then hit this black orb late and hold so you don't die here. You'll land here and flip gravity to here immediately. And then you'll walk off this, you'll land here, and then flip gravity, you'll walk off that as well. So once you walk off that platform, there's this pink pad here. You're gonna bounce on it, and then you're gonna hit this yellow orb. You should probably buffer this, or you will die to these spikes. And then once you land here, you're gonna wait to the edge of this platform to swap gravity down here, so you don't die to these spikes. You're gonna walk off, hit this platform. You're gonna hit the button late again, so you flip here without dying in there.
I'm in love with.
Right, and then after you hit there, you're gonna walk off the edge. You're gonna hit this yellow orb late, so you don't die here. You're gonna hit the black orb relatively late, so you don't die to this spike, and then you're gonna hold for a moment. I've died because I haven't held the black orb, and I just like run into here somehow. But you're gonna hold it for a second, so you flip down here. You're gonna walk past this spike here, and then you're gonna flip up, and then you're gonna click down onto this platform right before you hit those spikes.
I'm in love with the shape of.
And that's that part.
Going out on our first date. You and me is drifting so roll. You can eat fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. So for hours.
Alright, so I'm gonna speed hag this part because it's probably easier to explain, like as I do it for here. So we're gonna start with clicking this orb here, and then you're gonna jump up twice, 1, 2, and then buffer the pause, and then just hold, and then hit the green orb, and then the orb following it. Then you're gonna chill up here for a moment before jumping into the blue portal, and then you're gonna jump once again through that. You're gonna fall, and then you hit the orb in the yellow portal, and then you click twice so you buffer the pause, and then you click twice again so you buffer that orb, You're gonna fall down here, and then you're gonna buffer the green, or not the green, the pause. You're gonna hit this orb, wait a second, jump, and then buffer the pause, and then hit the yellow, and then hit all three of these. I hate that you can die there, but you just hit all three of those and you should pass.
Hours about sweet and sour and how your family's doing okay. Leaving, getting a taxi, kissing the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. I'm singing like you.
Alright, so for this part, you're gonna get bounced really high as soon as you get here. And you're just gonna want to buffer a jump like off the first platform you land on. Like so. You'll jump off that. This yellow orb will come down. You're gonna just hit that yellow orb. I usually buffer it, but I don't think there's a specific timing for that, but you just like so. You're gonna get bounced upwards again. You're gonna land over here. And then you're gonna want to jump off this block, but not too late, otherwise you will miss a later jump. But you just hold once you reach here and jump off this block as well.
Family's doing okay.
You want to keep holding off of the platform that I just jumped off as well. And then you'll land down here. You're gonna hit this yellow portal, right? And then there will be a platform above that you will jump off of. Like so. And then you'll land on this platform. And then there will be a platform that comes into view once you pass this orb that you want to buffer a jump off of while also avoiding this orb. And then you just hold. Alright, so for here, I found it to be easier if I hit this orb just a little bit late, so I don't accidentally hit this blue orb, which kills you. You're gonna hit this kind of late, and then you hit this one probably as early as you can without hitting the blue orb. I found that to be most consistent. Alright, so once you pass that, you have to pretty much use the music to be able to click past most of the parts in this section because you genuinely can't see, especially on this first click. So you're gonna go down. The path is you're going down here, and this is all deblocked, so you're good to just slide. But you're gonna go down here. You kind of go past the slope, and you do a little micro click, so you get past this spike without dying up here. And then once you get past that, you're gonna reach the end of those set of slopes, and you're just gonna hold all the way up here, and then you can let go anywhere along this slope here, and you're just gonna slide a little more, and then before you hit this spike, you're gonna hold so that you go on this top slope, and then you're gonna hold to pretty much wherever, somewhere, just as long as it's on this part of the slope, and then you're gonna let go and hit the dash orb of doom and despair. But you're gonna hit that like pretty much just right in the middle, otherwise you're gonna die. Alright, so once you get through that gap of doom and despair, you're gonna want to let go and then immediately hold all the way down here. And then you're just gonna hold all the way you get to this spike over here, and you're gonna let go. Alright, so you let go, you fall up here. That sounds really weird, but you fall up. And then before you hit this spike, you're gonna hold. And then you'll get held. You'll hold, you're gonna come like up around here somewhere. And then you're gonna let go. And then you're gonna wanna just fit through this gap. Right, so once you get through this gap, you're gonna go through this dual portal, but you don't want to immediately let go, or you will die to these spikes here. You want to hold for like the smallest amount of time after you go through the portal. Like you can see my trail here, I'm still holding as I go through. And then there's this I think 6 pillars. I will just show you the pattern here.
Somebody like me, come now, follow my lead. I may
Alright, so it's just what, bottom, bottom, middle, bottom, middle, bottom. And then that gets you past the pillars. And then it goes dark here, so it's pretty much just this one's based on the music completely. I haven't figured out a good visual cue for this one. You just hold. I see people just do a little click so they get these D blocks, and then they click so they dodge these spikes. But I personally just hold all the way until I'm gonna reach these spikes, and I'll just let go. So it's only one input rather than two.
follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't
So I guess if anything, we could put like a visual cue, which is like right before this saw. But I find it easier to just figure something out with the music and click. But that's this section.
boy. Let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Coming now, follow my lead. Coming now, follow my lead.
Gonna get bounced by these two pink pads. Gonna land on this platform, and then you're gonna click this pink orb.
Boy, let's not
Right, so now we're here. You want to click off this platform right here as late as you can, and then buffer this pink orb.
let's not talk too
Right. So after you buffer that pink orb, you should land on the edge right over here, and then you will fall down like this,
much.
like that. And then once you get around here, you're just gonna click off this platform and then hit the red orb right about in the center.
Talk too much. Grab on my waist.
And then you should land on this platform. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna click over this saw, and then click this blue orb down here and hold
And put that body on.
like that, and then you're at the ship. You're gonna just bounce on this yellow pad here, and then you want to hit the black orb.
Come
Alright, so once you hit the black orb, you're going to immediately hold the button again, like once you get down here. And then you will fly into this gap over here.
coming now.
Alright, once you exit this gap, you have to do one micro click so you don't die to these spikes here. And then from here, there's two methods. You can either hit this dash orb so you flip your gravity, or you can hit the green orb to flip your gravity. But for me, I found the green orb to be easier, so that's what I do.
Coming now, follow my lead.
And then once you hit the green orb, you'll land here. And then you're gonna slide off, and then like the previous one, you want to do a micro click so you don't die to this here. And then once you get through this gap, you're going to hold the button all the way down, and there will be a yellow orb.
Coming now, follow my lead. Coming now, follow my lead.
So you saw me hit that yellow orb. I smashed my head into a ceiling, and then you kind of just want to fly relatively straight and forward until you reach this black orb. Hold the black orb to just a little bit, and then you do two clicks to get to the dash orb, and then hit the dash orb.
Coming now, follow my lead.
And then just to transition into the next part, you want to let go of the dash orb like right before this entire thing closes on you, or you will die.
I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet. But my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body.
Alright, so for this part, the walls that closed in on you or whatever, they're gonna unclose. You're gonna be flying upwards this way. So you're gonna be reverse gravity, so you wanna wait until you hit this blue portal. And then you're just gonna click so you don't die here, you'll go over here. Like over the spikes. Alright, and then you're gonna go past this red orb. And then you're just gonna click 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and then the 4 is that red orb. But make sure you hit it before the blue portal.
I'm in love with the shape.
Alright, once you get down here, the click pattern is just 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, and then 3 will get you past this little section. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. You're gonna want to click as soon as you hit this yellow portal, and then click a second time pretty quickly. So once you click a second time really quickly, you'll land here. You kind of just want to chill. You're gonna slide off here. You're gonna end up somewhere around here. But I pretty much use this as a visual cue. When I'm about under here, I'll do 2 really fast clicks to get through this gap over here. So once you do the 2 clicks to get past this gap, you're gonna want to click one more time, like just so you don't get into that portal. Like so, and then you'll end up here. All you have to do here, you're just gonna click through this gap, and then you click 2 times really fast on this orb over here. Right, so once you click that orb 2 times, you'll end up here. You're gonna click through this gap, and then you'll see this hitbox over here. This is a blue orb, I'm pretty sure. So you're gonna click to get to this orb, and then you're gonna click again, which will get you through this gap, and you'll land down here. And then from there, you click through this gap. Alright, so once you've clicked through that gap, you're gonna change gravity through this portal down here, and then you're going to double click twice. Okay, so once you double click twice, you'll land over here. You're going to want to click once at the end of this platform, so you avoid this. You'll land down here, and then you'll click twice. Once you're past here, we have the most amazing wave in the game. I hate wave, but we don't talk about that. You kind of just have to get a click pattern here. There's not much I can do to help you here. This wave sucks, genuinely. But this is pretty much what it is. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. So low-key, this is where the level becomes absolutely free for the most part, besides like the orb spam later, but we don't talk about that. So once you exit the wave, you're gonna hit this cube portal here, and then you're gonna click the orb in it. Not this black orb, but there's an orb in the cube portal. You're gonna click that. You'll end up here. You click past this gap that apparently I've died to, but you click past that gap, and you want to hit this pink orb with the X on it late. And then you'll land on this platform, and then you can just pretty much click 2 times fast, so you hit this yellow orb as well. Right, so once you hit the yellow orb, you're gonna hit this blue pad, you're gonna get flip gravity, you're gonna wait, you're gonna hit this blue orb, this yellow orb, and then this black orb. Okay, so you're gonna hit once you hit the black orb, you're gonna land here, you're gonna hit the pink orb and hold. Right, hold, and then you'll end up here, and then you'll jump off this platform with the hold from the pink orb, and then you want to buffer this green orb. Alright, so once you buffer that green orb, you want to put another buffer, so you hit this pink orb, and then you'll land here, and then low-key, I don't really pay attention, but you somehow end up over here. And then once you end up over here, you're going to click off this platform late so you don't die to this spike. Hit this black orb, you'll land here, and then you jump through this gap. Just like that. And then here... Alright, and then here, you're going to just fall up here. You're going to want to hit this blue orb. You're going to hit that blue orb. You're going to land up here. You're going to hit a blue pad. And then you want to buffer this green orb. Alright, so once you buffer that green orb, you're going to land on this blue pad, and then you want to buffer this jump over here. And as soon as you jump, you want to buffer this black orb over here. So you make this jump to here. Then once we're here, you're going to hit this blue pad. You want to buffer this blue orb. And then just hold. You'll hit this yellow pad, and you're going to buffer this blue orb. Then after you buffer that blue orb, you'll hold, you'll make this jump. You don't click this, there's a blue pad here, and then you're gonna hit this red orb. Alright, and then once you hit that red orb, you're gonna end up on this platform. You're just gonna slide off here. You click off this platform so that you don't die to this block up here, and then you wanna just hit the green orb. And then once you hit the green orb, you'll hit the blue pad and up down here. You're gonna jump and then hit this blue orb. And that's that part. All you gotta do is just hit this orb, and then once you reach the edge of this platform, you hit the button again. So just like this. So it's just 1-2 clicks. You're gonna end up here. You're just gonna walk through this corridor because this thing moves. And then you're just gonna, once you hit the edge here, you're gonna click 3 times. So 1 through this cube portal, and then you hit the button again, and you hit the button again. And then once you hit the button 3 times, you're gonna just slide off here, and then you're gonna hit the yellow orb, and then hit this blue orb.
Alright, so I lied, it's actually 2.
And then once you get here, you're gonna slide off, and then you're gonna buffer this jump, so you get to the ball. Alright, so once you reach the ball, you're faced with whatever abomination this is, but you're gonna let the blue pads do their thing. You're gonna click off this platform. You'll land here, you slide down 1, you click the button again to go here, and this will automatically flip you back down here. And then you'll slide off 1, you'll hit this pad, and then you want to buffer this green orb click. Alright, once you buffer that green orb click, you're going to land like under this spike. You want to buffer the next 2 inputs basically. So before you land under here, you're going to buffer, so you flip immediately, and then you buffer this one so you flip immediately. Otherwise you will most definitely die to this spike. You'll hit these 2 blue pads, land here, you're going to slide down 1, and then you're going to flip gravity. And then after you flip gravity, you're going to hit the pink orb, and then the green orb. And then you'll land over here, and then you're going to want to hit the black orb late so you fit through this gap. Once you fit through that gap, you'll see that you can jump up here. You're going to jump here. Alright, so once you get teleported up here, you're just going to jump through these spikes. You're going to hit this orb relatively late, and you're going to hold so once you land here, you'll jump. Alright, once you're up here, you're just going to chill for a bit. You're going to click when you're in range of this green orb, and it'll flip you up here. And then after that, you're going to slide to the end, and you're going to click up to that blue orb while avoiding these spikes here. Once you're up here, you're just going to fall. You're going to click this blue orb pretty much in the center, and then hold so you make this jump. And then you're gonna reach the worst click in the game. This UFO click. You're just gonna have to click once right before this portal to go through this gap. And then after you go through this blue portal, you're gonna click again. And that's that part. I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of. Alright, so this is just a memory cube. I'll probably just say the click pattern as I do it. Here, I'll do it in half speed so it's easier, but gonna do 1, 2, fall, 1, 2, 3, 4, fall, fall, 1, fall, 2, fall, fall, do 1, 2, fall, 1, 2, fall, 3, fall, 4, fall, fall, 1, fall, 2, fall, 1, fall, fall, 1, fall, fall, 1, 2, 3, fall, fall, 1, fall, 1, 2. Alright, now, to be honest, I'm not even gonna try to explain this. You're gonna have to figure this out. Good luck. I'll do it in half speed, though. Alright, anyways, here is the ball duel. There's not much to it. You kind of just click before the spikes, I guess, as close as you can get. But I will say what helped me is after you click the pink orb here, it's 6 clicks at a very constant rate and then 3 more clicks, but it's fast. It's kind of like this. And that's the dual ball. Alright, so for this section, you're gonna go through this little corridor of blue pads. You're gonna land on here. And what you're gonna do, once you land, you wanna wait a second and then jump. Otherwise, you will die by just not making it into this gap. But I think I'm too far along, so I'm gonna just die here. So you're gonna jump, make it into this gap. You're gonna fall here, and then buffer a jump. And then you'll make it into this gap, which is where you're gonna jump out of this gap. You'll be upside down, so you're gonna jump this way, and then you want to buffer the orb that's in this yellow portal. And then you'll get teleported up here. You're gonna fall down into this gap, and then you're gonna slide off and hit this platform, and then you're gonna jump into this pillar. Once you hit this pillar, you're going to jump out, and then this dash orb will turn into a red orb, which you will hit. Right? So after you hit the red orb, you're gonna land here. You're gonna start falling upwards, and there's gonna be a absolutely blind timing. But it will get consistent after you practice it a lot. Just use the music. It helps. Alright, once you do your blind click, you're gonna land here. You're gonna slide along these blocks. Then you're gonna click to jump off this block to here. And then you're gonna hit this black orb and then this orb. Alright, so this is the cube maze. You're gonna land here, you're gonna start falling. You want to immediately buffer a jump from here as when you start falling. Like that. And then you'll see here, as you move, you're gonna get pushed up by some blocks. So this is a nice visual cue. There's these 2 blocks with arrows on them. Once you get pushed up, you're just gonna slide on them. And then when you reach the second one, you're gonna jump off of it. Just like that. And then you're going to be down here, and then you're going to use this visual cue here, these 2, I don't know what color that is, I'm colorblind, but these 2 same color spikes in a row, and you're going to click right after you pass those. Just like that, and then the screen will go dark. And I really don't have anything for you here. I time it based on the music. You can listen to my click pattern here. And that's the cube maze. I'm in love with the shape body. Push and pull like a magnet. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. for this part, I low-key don't got much to say. Just focus. And you'll get it. Low-key, I've never seen that with hitboxes on. I only turned hitboxes on so I could explain this level, but did I get it right? Yo. Anyways, that's all of Limbo. Good luck.